Yeah, we got some close. Jayhawk's here. What's up? Pons is here. Nephew's here too, but you know, we'll see him a little later. Oh, there you go. Over there.
Nice day.
Yeah, man. We having fun.
Nice
in
calm
LA.
day.
You know, enjoying ourselves.
23rd. I'm so excited. We have a Regal City ENT takeover tonight.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's weird, but you know, we've been friends. You know, we met through Amanda Carter, obviously, but I always see you running around and running things, and now you're on the other side of the mic tonight.
Yes, tonight I am on the other side of the mic, just trying to have fun and come join you.
And who we're talking to is the founder and CEO of Regal City ENT, Mr. Ponzel Harris.
Yes, we are. Thank you so much for having us.
Well, we gotta go back a little bit. You know, like we do here, we take a journey back.
Okay.
It's 3 floors, past, present, and future.
Okay.
But before you were behind the scenes, you were actually in front of the scenes as well, right?
Yes.
How did this evolve for you in just getting involved in music?
Well, I mean, all my life I've always been involved in music. You know, I come from a dance background, so I started out as a dancer, and then I was approached by another executive in the business on a video set, Big Daddy Kane video set.
What?
And yeah, we were doing a video, and he came to me and said, I love your style, I love the way you dance, I'm putting together a group, can you sing?
Yeah.
And I didn't want to tell him no because I was excited. And I said, yeah.
Right, we all say yes.
Yeah, I can sing, and the rest was history. I mean, 2 days later, I went and met with a group that he had already put together, and he put me in that group, and I learned the dance steps and learned how to do the harmony.
Yeah.
And the next thing I know, we were up at Capitol Records, and we had a deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, in the Kane video that you're talking about, you were dancing in that video?
I was like an extra in the video.
Which
so
video?
Oh my God.
Because 8 1/2 Steppin' is one of my favorite classic songs.
I can't. I have to think back to which one because there was so many back then.
We're gonna
But
find it. We're gonna put on slow motion for you.
Definitely. I'm in there with my big hair and the big hoop earrings that I used to wear back in the day.
Amazing.
You know, so you see me in the crowd, the camera comes by me, and I'm looking in the camera. It's crazy.
There's some old videos, right? I bet you were polka dots in some of these, right?
That's exactly what I had on. I had a mustard jacket, like a suit jacket with polka dots, and we had the big then Dickie pants that we got like 5 sizes too big.
Of course.
Tapered the pants leg so it can crinkle at the bottom. You know, way before they start making different sizes for you.
Coverages and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
oh my gosh, I think that was. I always wanted to be dancing in the background of Kwame as well, and wearing polka dots every day, trying to be them. But so you were signed to Capitol Records, and then what transition? What happened to make you want to be behind the scenes?
Well, what happened was it all happened so quick. Here's what we got signed. Like I said, I met the gentleman on. It was a Sunday. We went up to Capitol on a Tuesday, and then we started getting paperwork because it was a production deal. He had already had the deal in play.
Okay.
We didn't know, most of the guys didn't know each other. We started doing a lot of shows, we started doing a lot of things. Everything started happening so quick, but what we realized is that we didn't know each other.
Yeah.
So the bickering and the fighting and the in-house, it was so out of control, and he was the person we were supposed to look to and go, tell us what to do, because we are out of control. You got these young 18-year-old, just got a signing bonus. We just got a little money in our pockets. You know, we just didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And again, I won't name the executive, but when we were trying to look to him for advice, he didn't give us any. And then we got so out of control, they threw us up on the shelf. He started working on movies. He started working on other groups, and we just kind of got lost in the mix. I realized at that point that the contract that I signed over everything as far as my likeness, as far as I couldn't do anything. Back then, the contract's a little bit more difficult than they are now.
Right.
But I couldn't do anything. I couldn't go back to doing videos because they threatened to sue me if I started dancing in videos again. They threatened to sue me if I started doing anything. So it pushed me behind the scenes. And that's how I started. It kind of pushed me in a way that what made me start working with other artists. I said I would never let what happened to me happen to them.
Yeah.
So I started learning about the business. I started getting into the behind the scenes artist development for different artists. And I ran into Ernie Singleton. Well, actually, I ran into Steve Lobel first, and I started managing a group called Graveyard Shift with Bone Thugs and Harmony label.
Right.
And then Steve introduced me to Ernie Singleton, which changed my whole life of everything. And that's how I started in the executive world.
Well, it's such a blessing in disguise because you know, for you to go through that, you had to go through that, and the way that you mentor your artists, and which I love that, because you actually can speak to them from a personal side and not be, you know, on top and telling them what to do, but you're actually understanding how they feel on the other side as really not knowing and maybe scared to ask the questions and how do I do this or how do I do that, but you're like, no, this is how we're going to do it. Right. Well, I'm glad that you're here tonight. You have a lot of artists here today, of course. We have Jayhawk.
Yes.
We have LaFonz.
Yes.
Young Nephews.
Yes.
And of course, Justin Hunt.
Yes.
How does one become a Regal City ENT artist? What are you looking for? And why these artists specifically?
Well, the first thing about all of the artists, they are all creative. And again, coming from the background of the dancing and stuff, I always wanted to have people who work with me who were creative. I can't make them better than they are. What I can do is take from what they already are and just build. Build on what they are. And I've seen, you know, certain things in each of the artists that I said, that's interesting. Whether it was the way they communicated with other people, whether the way they did the music, whether it was the way that they just really thought. That was interesting to me. It wasn't so much of the music. It was how they felt about their future. I want everybody to come into this game and realize that there's no right or wrong way to be in the music business. There's no right or wrong way. People have many opinions of how you can get in, but there's many ways. And so with each of the artists, they had a certain thing, an it factor that made me go, I want to work with you. I definitely feel that I want to help you grow into the future. So that's what we did. You know, so being with Regal City is just like, you know, if you have that it factor, you can be down.
Yeah, because I know there's thousands of artists that are coming at you.
Right.
So to pick these specifically, they're in a special place.
Right.
With Regal City.
Definitely.
Well, you spoke on it a little bit, and what I wanted to get into is how successful you've been with publishing and your publishing company.
Right.
I'm working with artists like Eric Bellinger, etc.
Right.
For artists that don't know, you know, that are getting into the game, they don't even know what publishing is. Do you want to explain?
Well, yes, definitely. Publishing is a part of the business that is, a lot of people don't know about it because it's that little secret that a lot of executives don't want artists to know. That is the key to making your money. Yeah. If you're a writer, you know, if you're a producer, the publishing is the part where you get paid. You know, that is how you get your money. A lot of artists understand that, you know, they can go in front of the camera and they can go on stage and they get paid from a show. But behind the scenes, the publishing side is really a big market. A lot of people heard about Michael Jackson owning the Beatles publishing.
Right.
And when they heard, everybody knows about that story, you know, but they didn't know what the publishing part was. What it meant. And what that was is that someone wrote a song, produced a song, and you had the merger of the lyrics and the music come together. That is where you get your mechanical royalties. That is where you get paid from movies. Anytime you're doing a movie, anytime you're doing a video, anything that's played on the radio, that's where you get paid.
As well. Like a lot
even
of
internet radio.
Signing up for Sound Exchange, but they should, because you can get money from that.
You can get money from all of that, you know, and a lot of people don't realize that. And I think that when I first started in the game, you know, I was told by someone, you know, and said, hey, you need to make sure that you have the publishing side correct. Because I was writing as well. Again, the dancing side pushed me to the back side, but I started writing and started developing. That's one of the ways when I started my first group, O&E, where Eric Bellinger came from, Justin Hunt, Guy James, Brandon Lucas. We started talking about publishing. That was one of the first things we started talking about. Publishing, writing, get in here and write your own music, do your own thing, because everybody was coming at them saying, we want to write for you. And I say, can they write their own thing?
Right.
Can they do it themselves? So.
And that's a blessing for you to have. And you've received an award recently from ASCAP.
Yeah.
The last thing that I want to talk about. But why do you think that they gave you the award? Take a back seat and put the humble card to the side, but you really tell us why.
I mean, I feel that was an honor getting that award. It was for, you know, the song was written by Eric Bellinger for Usher. And I think that song, the passion that went into the song, the heart that went into the song, I think that they recognized that, and that the previous year, you know, it was one of the biggest songs of that year. You know, so when they called me up and said, hey, we're going to give you an award for this, and your publishing company is part of history,
Right.
it made me feel so great, and it made me just be thankful for all the things that me and Eric had did in the past. We prayed for it, we worked hard for it. He wrote a song and it became part of history. And so when they came to me and said, "You're part of history," it just made me feel so great.
And all of those works, all of those meetings at Capitol Records, it all just made sense.
It all made sense.
You're recognized for your hard work.
Yeah, thank you.
And speaking of hard work, now we're going to get into some, before we had to play some music by Regal City, obviously. We're going to get to a mix by some of our favorite songs from the group, but we're going to talk to Jayhawk first. Tell me about Jayhawk. You've been working with him for years.
Yes.
Why is he such a great producer that he is?
Jayhawk is one of those people that, you know, he's not just one-dimensional. He started in the business as, well, people knew him as a jerk producer.
Right.
And when I met him, and it was so
not
funny.
Not just a jerk producer, but practically the reason why jerk music is out there. So you got to congratulate him for that. That's how I
Definitely.
met him.
That's one of the things when I first met Jayhawk, you know, because Justin Hunt told me, you got to find this guy Jayhawk, because they were doing an album called Jerk and B, Not Made for TV, the group O&E. And I went out looking for Jayhawk, and when we found Jayhawk, matter of fact, Amanda Carter got me his number, and she said, "Here's the number. Here's this guy. Go call him up." I called Jayhawk up, and I realized that he was one of the coolest people out there. He didn't even realize that he was the founder of the jerk movement.
Right.
He said, "I just make music." They started dancing to it, and they started doing jerking and doing all this. I didn't even realize what I was doing.
Yeah.
And he's so humble.
Yeah.
You know, but he can do so many different things. We have a song out right now in India with a girl named Tanvi, that if you hear the music, it sounds so different. You know, so when you sit here and talk to Jayhawk, he's a humble guy, he's so talented, but I want everybody to know he can do more than just the jerk style music, or more than just your basic club beat. I mean, he makes slow songs that are amazing. The slow music that he does, the pop music that he does, the electric dance hall music, you know, the reggae. He does so much, and a lot of times people try to keep him in that box and say, "I want another Cat Daddy," or "I want another Bamboo like you did for E40." Right. But he really can do anything. If you want to do music, whatever you want to do, whatever style,
90s R&B.
Whatever, if that's what you want to do, I think that Jayhawk is your man. You know,
Jayhawk, we're gonna remix Tamia. I'm so into you. We ready?
There you go. But let me say something about you for having me on the show, because I remember we were in the House of Blues, and we were looking at, I think, the Mac Miller, was it the Mac Miller show?
Yeah, December.
In December, and you said, you know, "Come do my show," you know, and I was like, "Okay, well, we'll come do your show." And I just started looking at you on Instagram and looking at everything that you get behind. And the funniest thing that I've noticed, and me and Amanda have had many talks about this, when you get behind an artist and you say, "I like that artist," you really go all out and support people like how it used to be. How it used to be when people find good music and they go, "I like that." Like I see how you support the Jasmine Sisters.
Right.
And it was like, I like them, and you started supporting them. When you found, you know, Eric, and he came to MySpace up there with you guys, he said, "I like this," and you started, when you get behind someone, it's amazing how you really support, and you don't have to, you know, and I think that's amazing, because you get behind a lot of folks in LA, and you show that story of what's going on. And I can kind of, if I'm not at the show, I can look at your page and go,
Well, you know what? That's what we do here on Ski 24/7 as well. And I think that's a blessing that I had, you know, being 10 years at MySpace, because that's what I loved about our job, you know, and our team, bringing in the artists that we cared about, that we loved, and it might not necessarily be at the top of the charts, but that's who we believe in. So that's why you're here tonight.
Yeah.
So with that being said, we got to get into some Regal City ENT music. But thank you for the kind words. We work really hard, and sometimes you take a step back and you wonder why you do it, and this is why we do it right here, Third Floor Radio. So up next, we're gonna hear from Jayhawk, but first we gotta hear some music. We picked some of our favorites. We also put some classics in there. So stay tuned here on Third Floor Radio and Ski 24/7. ENT mix on our Regal City ENT takeover today here on Wednesday, April 23rd. But right in front of me is the one and only Jayhawk. Hi, Jayhawk.
Yo, what's up, man?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
We just had Clyde Carson in, you know, and Fonzel spoke on it earlier. Of course, the jerk movement. I think you're singly responsible for that, and I don't think it's it's such a great time in history, and I think you got to own it and be proud of it. And even when he was here, Clyde was talking about how big it was, you know, making noise and for the Bay. And now you listen to a lot of the sound. It's like the Bay and LA and Atlanta all coming together because LA wasn't a place to really dance.
Exactly. Yeah.
But they needed music, and that was because of you that they were okay, and they weren't standing on the wall anymore. They were dancing.
That was the whole goal. Thank you. I mean, we just was having fun, you know. I mean, just young kids in high school. We was all like 17, 18.
Yeah.
And we all just put together the groups and the labels and the managers, and everybody just flocked, you know. And it was crazy. We was kids. We didn't know what we was doing, you know. But I'm thankful every time somebody brings that up. Like, yeah, that was a big part. Everybody who I'm friends with is from that era. Like just 90. We all was all born in like 92, 91, and just.
And that's when I was watching the Olympic Dream Team in Barcelona.
Are you serious?
When you guys were being born. But let's take it back even before then. How did you even get behind the boards and start into production?
I mean, well, music has always been in me. My father is a percussionist. He plays guitar. And my mother was a singer. And my uncles were the Chambers Brothers, and they had a big hit called "Time Has Come Today." And I always be around them, listening to them, going to their rehearsals, and I just picked it up and started playing drums when I was about 2. And my mother got me in the Eubanks Conservatory of Music doing rehearsals, and from there it got into electronic music, and it is where it is today, you know.
And did you teach yourself?
Influence. Yeah.
No, you didn't. I hate
you. I mean, a lot of the stuff, I do, I teach myself. Like, it's super hard in the beginning. Like, I'm trying to learn everything. Even right now, I'm trying to learn DJing and like something else. You know, like, I'm always trying to learn something. It's always super hard. I'm trying to learn how to play the guitar right now. It's like, it's always super hard in the beginning, but eventually it comes to fruition, you know.
Yeah. And you get inspired a lot. You've worked with everybody from Iggy Azalea to E40 across the board. Of course, you produced the song I Love, Goodnight by Justin Hunt. But
love it. What up, Jay?
How do you choose which beat goes where? Because sometimes you'll make something and you're like, man, you want to give it to this artist or this person, and what is that process like?
That is the hardest I don't think people understand really how hard that process is. From an artist and a producer point of view, who you want to work with, you just gotta, at the end of the day, it just goes down to your passion, like, and it just works. It just works itself out every time, I swear. Like, I have a record for somebody and it goes to somebody else. Like, what? How did that even happen? You just gotta roll with it, you know. It's definitely God involved, like, because I can't even explain it. Like, it just happens, you know.
And do you ever want to take it back and you're like, man, this artist could have done this with this? And
hey, every day. Yeah, it's always something like, see, that's the pros and cons of it though, because you can't just hold back. You can't be like, oh, I'm going to save this beat for this artist, or, oh, I wish that artist didn't take that beat. You just got to roll with the punches. Like, all right, that happened. It happened the way it did. Good or bad, you got to keep it pushing, you know.
And when it works, it works.
When it works, it works. Like,
over 50 million views on Cat Daddy. Rejects. When you were making that, did you know that it was gonna have or be the catalyst that it was?
No.
And people just organically uploading their own videos. I remember I was at the office trying to learn the dance. Like, did you have that feeling when you were making it?
No, it was all organic, and that's why I try to tell a lot of people, like, it's everything that happens big happens organically. Like, you can try to manufacture stuff and let's set up this and let's set up that, but you'll know, the people will decide that, like, they'll let you know, like, we were just watching it happen in front of our eyes, and everything, the interviews and the phone calls and the 106 in Park, it was just all unfolding, you know. And while we were making it in the studio, we definitely we're just having fun, you know. That's what I try to do now. Like, everything I try to do, I think at the root, it needs to be fun.
And it's hard because you got to document everything because you never know. Like,
never know everything. I've done stuff, like, and it's like, okay, like, even the video shoot, you know, it was like some low-key video shoot. I was like, all right, I'll come. Like, I was like, I'll be in like a little small scene, like, okay, because we've been to like tons of those before, and they haven't gone anywhere. But now I treat everything, every project I do, it's like, yo, I don't know what's gonna happen. Every interview, everything you gotta do with your, you know, your best interest, like
well,
100%.
I'm so glad that you're so positive and that you keep it going as you do. You signed your own artist now as well. You work with LaFonz, and he's up next. But
love LaFonz.
Yeah. Again, you're a producer that I know a lot of people are knocking out their doors for, but you produced a lot on Late for Class, which is the mixtape you can download, over 9,000 downloads already.
Yeah.
Why LaFonz?
LaFonz is, first of all, I started working with him when he was about 12 or 13, and we always be in we go to a mall, we'll do a show, and I just saw people just gravitating to this kid, I look, especially in the studio, I look for, okay, are you on beat? Do you have rhythm?
Right.
Do you know what you're doing? And he had that.
We need to do? Damn, I can't be an artist anymore.
No, we'll see, but it's like if you have that in the studio, what I'm looking for, if you're unbeat, if you're holding your rhythms, if you can write, if you're passionate, if you got a vision, I want to work with you. And that don't matter what age you are. And that was LaFonz, like when we did Late for Class, we just was all vibing and have fun and really was strict and a free environment at the same time, and just did it. We got an EP coming really soon for LaFonz. He's on his grown man. His voice is deeper than mine now. I gotta be like, yo, chill.
Well,
but we got an EP coming. Yeah.
I watched some of the videos and I'm amazed at the reaction of that. I was like, I wish I had a Jayhawk and a Fonzo when I was 11 years old to be tuning me as you guys are.
It's insane. So I just know how he's gonna get when he gets 18, 20, like all the guidance, especially from Fonzel and the creative side and all of us, Justin and Nita Lucky, who we write with as well. It's gonna be crazy.
And we're also going to talk to Justin as well, but then how did that relationship begin with Justin? And Good Night is obviously a video that's viral and everybody's gravitating towards it just because of the energy of it, but how did you start working with him?
Justin, man, I met Justin the same time I kind of met Fonzel. Fonzel called me like super early in the morning and was like, yo, I want you to do some work, with my artist, Oni. It's a group. We came in and I heard the story that Fonzel says, Justin actually sought me out and was like, yo,
feels good,
you gotta get in with this kid, yo. And then from there, we just always been working. Justin recently decided to go solo, and that's when we've been pulling up everything. Those studio sessions are out of this world. Like, I challenge myself every time we go in the studio. I'm low-key scared, like, 'cause I don't know what we're about to do. I don't know if we're gonna top what we did last time. I don't know if it's gonna be bad. It's a free environment.
And it's a lot of pressure when somebody seeks you out because basically he found you, so you're like, okay, I gotta do it.
Yeah, and then Justin, he's so musically inclined, like from what he knows, like from the oldies and today, his instrument. He's a producer too. He doesn't say he's a producer, but he's a producer. He's an arranger. And when we just go, the music is amazing. It's just us two in there. We just vibing out. It could be 6 hours. 6 hours on the beat the first day, the next day it's the vocals, the next day it's the writing. Yeah, it's just, the process is crazy, but we're having the most fun.
I'm gonna invite myself so I could watch this process.
Yes.
Next time you guys are in the studio.
You can. I don't know if you can. Yeah, it's going, a lot of girls, girls, some, you're creative though, so you're gonna be cool.
I'll come hour 5. I think that's good, right? When you
because you probably gonna be asleep. Like, we'll be like super excited. You'll probably be like, okay.
No, I'm gonna come with my notebook and then be like,
I'm hungry,
I heard Justin's voice. I wanted to see this.
Okay. If you do, hey, you guys hear it. She's serious for sure.
Exactly. I love production.
And the show's tomorrow. I'm so excited about that.
Tell me about the show.
It's at Rooftop, 3100. It's going down. We've been rehearsing like crazy.
Is this the first show since you guys all worked?
Yes, we've been working for like 6 months to a year now on this music. We're still going hard, and I'm just ready. I'm not going to any rehearsals. I want to see the show as it is.
Right.
So I'm gonna be right there with y'all first time.
Oh, there we go. You'll be sitting next to me then, because I want to sit in your section.
You're gonna say, okay, we're good.
Because you're in the VIP section.
Yeah, we're good. Couple drinks, we're good. Yeah.
All right, so stay tuned. Up next, we're gonna hear Justin Hunt, produced by Jayhawk. Good night. Stay tuned here on Third Floor Radio on Ski 24/7. And you're listening to Good Night, produced by Jayhawk, by the one and only Justin Hunt.
Yeah.
Team Dark Skin, can I say that?
No, Amanda was just saying, Justin, you're looking really tan. And I'm like, I got Team Dark Skin.
Were you on vacation recently?
No, it's just, LA is funny, man. It can get super, super hot here. And, I just been outside for some reason. And
I gotta get to that too. It's the summer's coming up. Like we were hearing from Jay Hawk earlier, he was blessed to be in the studio with him, the studio with you. And tell me about that. Did you really seek out to work with Jay Hawk?
I did. I heard his beats from another artist he was working with, another group he was working with, and they were playing like 3 or 4 beats, and I was like, that sound is incredible.
Yeah.
Because it was like the Bay, but it had its own LA twist to it.
Right.
And I was like, yo, we gotta go find that dude. He's the key to what we were working on at the time. And so I told Fonzel, like, yo, you need to go find Jayhawk.
And thanks to Amanda Carter, you and
you know what's funny?
Jay
I didn't even know Amanda made the call. I just learned that today. So that's
there we go. One of my favorite people in life, so God bless her.
Yeah.
But when did you start singing? Tell me, were you in a household where they made you do it, or did they not want you to do it?
You know, my parents let me try any and everything that had to do with anything. I mean, they just wanted me to stay busy. Yeah. So, you know, I played sports. I did karate. I did drawing lessons and all that kind of stuff. And singing actually kind of came when I was in high school, because I was an athlete. I had grown up playing sports and football, and I thought that's where my life was gonna go. But you know, I had a music teacher who pulled me into his classroom and said, yo, I want you to sing. I want you to sing in my gospel choir.
Did they know that they could sing, or they heard your voice already?
Well, they heard from somebody that I could sing, just kind of, you know, and he pulled me in there and said, I want you to sing for my gospel choir, and I want you to be a part of the musicals and stuff. And I was like, at the time, I was like, okay, you know. But I ended up loving it. I ended up enjoying, you know, every part of it, and I learned so much, you know, just being a part of that experience.
And was that the defining moment where you're like, I want to do this?
Yeah, it was. Being on stage in musicals gave me the same rush as, you know, when I would go out onto the field or onto the court. You know, it'd give me the same kind of feeling. And I knew playing sports is always a risk of injury and a risk of, you know, just not being, you know, the right height or the right weight or whatever to play at the next level.
Right.
So doing music, it was like I don't have to have any, there's no standard, you know, and I get the same kind of energy. So, you know, that's when I knew.
No, that's a great thing to say. I remember talking to Bruno Mars early on, and when he walked into labels, they said, you don't look like what's supposed to be on TV or mainstream. But he wrote the songs, they heard his voice, and now, you know, he is who he is. And it doesn't matter what you look like or how tall you are or anything like that. But is it different now working solo versus being in a group? Do you like the freedom, or how is it different?
I do. It's the most freeing thing I've ever done in my life. But there's also a lot of pressure and a lot of nervousness because, you know, you don't have a group to kind of blend into. You know, when it's 4 guys, you know, fans have their own favorite for their own reasons. You know,
Bobby, Ricky, Mike,
right?
Mine was actually Ralph.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Mr. Sensitivity.
That's crazy.
Why.
I'm a big BBD fan, so I'd like, you know, when the 3 of them got together.
Right.
But you know, being in a group, you like I said, you have your brothers to fall on. If there's a mistake that happens, you know, you have each other to pick each other up.
Right.
You know, but when you're by yourself, it's all you. You know, there's no thing to hide behind. But at the same time, it's great because it's all coming from your brain. You don't have to ask 3 other guys, are you feeling this? Do you like this?
Yeah.
You know, you just are able to create, you know. So.
And you created something great with Good Night.
Thank you.
You know, it's virally spreading, and just working with Jay. And how's that been, the response thus far on the single? I know you were with Charisma the other day.
Yeah, the response has been incredible. And it's definitely been God. I mean, people have just really gave me just such a positive response to it, and the comments that they make. It's not just saying, oh, that's a good song. It's that made me feel good. Yeah. You know, and that's what I'm going after is music that makes you feel a certain way versus like, oh, I enjoy that song, I like the hook on that, or, you know, I'll turn up to this. It's like, this song makes me feel. yeah, it makes me feel.
And the video itself, you want to start dancing.
Yeah.
I want to walk with you throughout the city just because it seems so fun. Like, we could go to the grocery store, and it seems like it's fun. But
Thank you.
I'm excited to see you perform live tomorrow, Rooftop 3100.
Yeah, yeah.
So tell me about the show.
Yeah, the show is it's my first debut show in about 5 years.
Wow.
So I'm excited to do it. I have an 8-piece band,
Wow.
which is gonna be fun. We've been working really, really hard, rehearsing and getting it ready. It's also my birthday tomorrow, so I'm excited about that, and I'm just ready to get up there. You know, I'm just ready to be back at home because the stage is home for me. So.
And I can't wait to be there. So thank you for blessing us here on Third Floor Radio.
You're
We're gonna
welcome.
we got into Good Night earlier, but we can't wait to hear more music from you.
Yeah. I have a project coming out probably at the end of summer. Me and Jayhawk have been working really hard. Mike Jackson, who's also the other writer on Good Night, I've been working with him on the music, and each song has its own personality and its own feel and its own flavor, and I think that people will really have their favorites. They'll have the ones that they really connect with, and but it's all a cohesive body of work and it all makes sense. So I'm just thankful and grateful to be the vessel, for all of this, and working with Jay has been fantastic. Like I heard earlier, he was just talking about how we go in and just you never know what's gonna come out, and it's true. You never know what I'm feeling at that day or what's gonna speak to me. I might go and say, hey, I want a song like Van Halen. Right. And he's like, who? Like, you need to listen to this song.
Right. And then you go into the kitchen, you cook something up.
And then we just go, we experiment. And it's crazy because even on Good Night, there's moments where there's mistakes. Like, that wasn't supposed to be there.
Right.
He'll move something and it'll be out of sequence. And, and it'll just work. So I'm excited about the project, excited to bring more music to you guys, and I'm just having a blast.
And what I love, I always have to see an artist live, and then once I do see, and we're gonna see this with your band, it just has another level for it. So I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
They can follow you, all of your Instagram, your Twitter.
Yeah. You can follow me on all social media sites at Justin Hunt, and Hunt has 2 N's, so HUNNT. So JUSTINHUNNT, all social media sites. And then my website is justin-hunt.com, but the Hunt only has 1 N. So my real name only has 1 N. So justin-hunt.com, and that has the video up there. It's got all of everything that's coming up, all the updates, so you guys can stay with that too.
Right, so stay tuned. You'll be back when you have the new music. I forgot to say, you can also find Jayhawk at Jayhawk Productions.
Official Jayhawk, at Official Jayhawk. Yeah.
And
That's
Official Jayhawk?
Yeah, at Official Jayhawk.
Oh, you changed it since the last time. Yeah? It's Official Jayhawk? It's Official Jayhawk. There you go. Correct me, guys. All right, stay tuned. We're going to get to some more music from LaFonz here on this Regal City ENT Takeover. We'll talk to him in a minute. Third Floor Radio on Ski 24/7. Radio. It's the Regal City ENT Takeover. You're just listening to a couple of songs by LaFonz.
Yeah.
But before we get into our interview, I want to hear something live.
What you want to hear?
I want to hear Can't Tell Me Nothing.
Let's
The
do
new
it.
single. Is that cool?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we got Jayhawk as with you as well.
Let's go.
So this is a Third Floor Radio exclusive here on Ski 24/7.
Yeah, can't tell me nothing. When I step up in the function, can't tell me nothing. Look, can't tell me nothing. I said, pull up to the party like it's nothing. You already know we came to stunt. Got my whole crew mob in, tell a DJ play this while I pull up to the front. Party ain't poppin' till I pull one. 3, 4, 5 baddies in a cool one. Drop it to the floor, baby, move son. Pass it to the homie, get a new one. Fonz, don't forget the LA. I'm with the West Boys, shout out to the Bay. Grindin' till I get that cake. 8 buns, where you get that shake. Hey, haters, knock it off. Turn up's really going off. All the lames looking kinda lost. My whole crew looking like a squad. When I step up in the function, can't tell me nothing. Can't tell me nothing. When I step up in the function, can't tell me nothing. Can't tell me nothing. When I step up in the function, can't tell me nothing. Look, can't tell me nothing. When I step up in the function, can't tell me nothing. Can't tell me nothing. Look, I step up in the function. You can't tell me nothing.
No.
New shades looking real clean. Wow, shawty looking at me like she know me. All the chicks they flocking. while the haters just watching.
Yeah.
Now I'ma hit my two-step, look at her, not you, but your best friends, cause she tryna get it poppin'. She hit the floor and straight drop it. I tell her go and get it. Don't be shy, I can see that you with it. Yep, I'm on, don't be catching feelings. In a minute, I'ma leave in a minute. If you trip, I ain't tripping. Pocket full of numbers by the time that I'm finished. When I step up in the function, can't tell me nothing. La, can't tell me nothing. When I step up in the function, can't tell me nothing. La, can't tell me nothing. When I step up in the function, can't tell me nothing. Ha, can't tell me nothing. When I step up in the function, can't tell me nothing.
Let's go.
Okay, can't
Tell me
la.
nothing. Straight leaning.
Huh?
My neck and my wrist straight gleaming.
Okay, okay.
I be solo, dolo.
Dolo.
I tell her once, she like, okay, for sure.
Hey.
Don't trip when I dip, never tied down.
I
I be
be
on
on
my
my-
Copperfield tip. And don't trip, I don't sip. I can never ever drink and I be
Right.
to you still.
But,
So where you from?
Nah.
What that do? I'm in the spot, we the homies, we the two live.
live.
I want her,
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 her.
her.
Hop up in the whip and don't say no words.
Don't say nothing.
Tell the driver where we going, I ain't got no L's on the real, never front.
Nah.
L-A-F-O-N-Z, never T-D. If you got heart on the beat.
When I step up in the function, can't tell me nothing. La, can't tell me nothing. When I step up in the function, can't tell me nothing.
Third floor radio, what up?
Can't tell me nothing. When I step up in the function, can't tell me nothing.
Look,
La, can't tell me
Can't
nothing.
tell me
When I
nothing.
step up in the function, can't tell me nothing. Okay, can't tell me nothing. La, right? Third floor radio.
yeah.
Yeah. Regal
Yeah.
City. Team 712.
Yeah.
Ski TV. Yeah.
What up, Riley?
Third floor radio exclusive.
Yeah.
Oh, yay!
Ooh.
We got J-Hawk behind the mic today.
I know.
It's a good day.
Look, that's rare.
I'm glad that we got it, that exclusive.
Shout
But we
out
have
to
LaFonz sitting in front of me. LaFonz, how you doing?
I'm good. Are you?
You gotta tell the world how old you are.
15.
15 years old. Such a blessing.
Yeah.
But tell me, at the young prime age of 15, how did you become so mature, and when did you fall in love with music?
Well, I fell in love with music because my dad had to do O&E, so I was like always around that atmosphere. And I just went in the studio one day and they said, okay, we're gonna turn on the mic and start doing what you do. And I just started rapping, doing music. And they said my dad was very against me like doing music because he was like he already knew what was how hard it was and it's gonna change you. But like he just said, stay humble. And I kept talking to him like bugging him like, come on, Dad, just let me get on the song, let me rap.
Write.
Yeah, let me do something. He said he gave it a try, and here we are now. And
Who are you watching just to get influence?
my favorite rapper is Lil Wayne, so I just always look at Lil Wayne, like his metaphors and like everything in his raps. I just look like not the cursing or anything, but like how he just puts together a rap. I just really like Lil Wayne.
The structure of it, man.
Yeah.
And you worked with J-Hawk a lot on Late for Class.
Yeah, he did the whole street album actually. So.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that. Over 9,000 downloads that you've had so far. Are you surprised at the response you've been getting?
I was very surprised. Like when I was in the studio, I was like, I had a feeling that everybody was gonna like it because like what I was doing, I was just talking about what kids talk about now. So like you kind of like have to relate to it. Like so I was just talking about like school and girls, like what high school students just normally talk about. So when it got like, I just like the first day it got like 5,000 downloads, and I was like in my heart I was just like, wow, like this is gonna get big. So I mean, now I'm verified on Twitter. Like last year I just made my Twitter, and now I'm verified and everything. So
to get that blue check mark means a lot, right?
It means a lot. Like everybody at my school, I'm like, follow me. They be like, oh, you verified? Like,
That's that magic moment, right, Amanda? We know that. Well, speaking about it, what do you love best about performing? I know you performed in front of Missy Elliott the other day, or a couple months ago. But what about taking that stage? What do you love about it?
Just showing the crowd what I could do. Like it's just everything about that is fun. It's like way better than in the studio just recording it. When you actually perform it, it's like you actually feel what the song is talking about. You can show emotion.
And if you need to go to YouTube, you need to find Google LaFonz Live. You'll see the girls going wild at the schools, right?
They go a little crazy.
No, let me interject.
Oh,
Nah, this guy is amazing, man. Like the crowd he almost got mauled by a bunch of little girls screaming. It's really crazy. I don't go to his shows no more because I can't keep up. It's just like, man, he verified. I'm like, dog.
He's verified. But you're focused, right?
I'm focused, yeah.
Right.
Staying humble.
Nothing get in the way. Do you have a girlfriend?
Nah, not yet.
Okay.
Ladies, single. So.
31 is a good age to get a girlfriend.
31.
Yeah, 31, right, J-Hawk, right?
Maybe.
You don't want girls in the studio, right? Sleeping, like you said.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, what age you thinking? No.
No. We're gonna keep him away. You should be touring the world. He doesn't need that. But as a 15-year-old, what do you think is the biggest challenge that you guys face?
While being a rapper or just 15-year-old?
Just being 15.
Puberty, like all this acne on my face is like, come on now. So
and
that's
going through the changes, yeah.
Yeah, going through the changes. It's just like I can't wait till it's done. I just can't wait till I'm actually an adult or something. Like
you gotta enjoy this process though.
Yeah, I mean, it's
not,
life.
Yeah, it's life. We're sitting on the other side like, man, we wish we were going through puberty at this time, right, Jay? The voice changing.
Yeah, so,
a little bit deeper.
I mean, like everything on the street album, I could barely do. Like my voice changed dramatically, like crazy. I didn't even know. Like I tried to perform some like swag and stuff, but my voice is just like swag. Like it's not even the same anymore. So.
Well, at least you're rapping though, because it was singing was a different experience.
Yeah, well, it's singing and rapping on the street album actually.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah. Singing
Oh,
too.
we gotta hear that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, tell them everywhere where they can find you.
Well, Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, everything is LaFon712. LAFONZ712.
Is your birthday July 12th?
Yeah, my birthday is July 12th.
Uh-oh.
Cancer? Are you a Cancer or no?
No, my mom's a Cancer, July 9th.
Okay, yeah, Cancer all the way.
Ask Amanda, you gotta meet my mom. My mom will love you.
Mom's good.
She'll cook you dinner,
Hey.
adobo, some Filipino food. But how we're gonna end the show, how we do it best is a freestyle. Can we get a freestyle? from
Freestyle,
you?
yeah, let's go.
All right.
I'm down to do anything.
All right, DC, let's bring in this instrumental. Before we close out the show, I want to say thank you to Funzel. I want to thank you to Amanda, to Justin Hunt, J-Hawk, as well as LaFons for joining us.
Thank you.
For having us. As well as Bruce Wayne. He's in the building.
What's up?
I gotta say to Bruce. What's airing right now, what I saw yesterday is on MTV called Jobs That Don't Suck. And Midi Mafia and Bruce Wayne were on that as well.
Really?
A producer behind the Jasmine Sisters, which Funzel was telling everybody that I loved earlier, as well as Elijah Blake and so many artists. So thank you for tuning into Third Floor Radio. Stay tuned. We're gonna get you on the mic.
Yeah.
Keep going. All right, DC, let's go.
Okay. It's time you take notice. I'm killing all opponents, and you ain't got an offer, cause I'm snatching up your daughters. And once you know my name, guaranteed you gon' be calling. You ain't gotta know my age, cause ain't no limit on my ballin'. Whatever I want, I'm getting it. I'm running around and I'm getting it. Cotton kicks and all new fits, and I ain't worried about my spending. Whatever I want, I'll prove it. And like Nike, I just do it. Killing trains, I keep them hits, so you know I can't get loose. Ha! What you know about that? Don't spend change, I keep them racks. Like racks on racks on racks. Keep them blind out by stacks. I'm cashing out my net while I'm rolling around with checks. If you spit, I'll take your spot and have them ask around who next. Yeah, any, many, money, mo. Get them haters by they tell you on a nursery rhyme while I'm cashing out my dough. You barely make a headline, I'm headlining the show. And I bet they know my name, cause LaFonz is what they want. Ha! Yeah.
Hey. Oh, thank you guys.
No problem, thank you.
Before we go, I need to get your nephew around the building. I forgot. Come here. You gotta come say hi to everybody.
That's what you're here?
That's up in here.
All right, nephew, tell us what's going on before we close the show with you.
Oh man, I'm just enjoying everything that the whole team doing, man. I'm supporting J-Hawk. I'm supporting my boy Justin and my little man LaFonz, man. We just making moves out here, man. I'm the biggest supporter of the whole team, man.
Yeah, so you're the Magic Johnson, you're the assistant of the team, right?
Man, I'm everything, man. I'm doing everything. We going to the club, I'm gonna be the loudest one. One of them performing, I'm gonna be the loudest one.
I need you in my life. Then can you come with me to the bank and the grocery store? Justin's gonna be singing. You gotta be about like just.
Man, call me. I'm coming.
Oh, there we go. All right, well, let everybody know where they can find you.
Man, you can find me at Young Nephew 1. That's on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Go check out my song Watch Me Go and Work, man. We out here working. Regal City in the building.
There we go. We gotta bring you back to the studio.
Oh, anytime.
All right, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for DC for running the boards, Amanda Carter just for being amazing. Again, it's been a Regal City ENT takeover. You can find all of their music on their website. J-Hawk, let them know where they go.
Go to go to jayhawkproductions.com as well. Then of course all of our social network
Right.
websites.
LaFon's official.
LaFonsofficial.com. I mean, shout out to Regal City. We are
Fun712.com, but cool.
oh LaFon712.com.
Yeah, that's
He
cool.
must have changed it.
See how it happens, G-Hop? When
Look.
you change yours, he changes
They
his.
everybody just switch
Everybody's
up.
just messing up on me.
Everybody just switching up. But I'm happy. We having fun. You know, we just making music and living.
All right, thank you for blessing us. Go see the Good Night video on Just.